I bought a suspiciously cheap PS5 from eBay, and in this video, we're going to open it up and see what's going on here. I'll explain in a minute why this PS5 was weirdly cheap, but let's go ahead and start by opening up the box and see what they sent us. Now, the console appears to be packaged pretty well, and here's our packing slip. It says Sony PlayStation 5 Blu-ray disc version console disk drive defect, and you can see the price is $299.95. So essentially what I got here is a digital PS5 for $300, which is pretty cheap because if you look at eBay right now, digital PS5s console only used are going for $400, and then this one is $300. Now the difference is this one is a disc version, but the disc drive doesn't work. Everything else does work supposedly, but again, just a little weird. And honestly, the weirdest part is this person had like 10 of them for sale with all the same exact defect. Just a little bit odd, but let's go ahead and pull it out and see what's in here. All right, so here's the console. Let's pull it out of the bubble wrap, and as you can see, it is a physical, or excuse me, disc PS5. First glance, looks pretty clean. The glossy part here is actually cleaner than I would expect. No magic eraser like GameStop likes to do. Top looks pretty good here as well. And now flipping to the back here, we have all our ports, which look good at first glance. The first test I like to use here on an old console is look at the HDMI port and see how many scratches it has around it. Because naturally, people like to take an HDMI cord, reach behind the console, try to plug it in, and they usually miss a few times, create a few scratches, but I don't see like many scratches here. A little bit weird. Now going to the bottom, let's see when it was manufactured. All right, so zooming in here, you can see this console was manufactured in December 2020, so it is one of the earlier models, but like looking at the plates, I don't see like any issues. I mean, there's like one dot on the top here, which I think that actually happens on all PS5 consoles. But let's go ahead and take these plates off. I am curious to see if this console's been opened before. That came off really easily, so I feel like it probably has been opened before. Not even, it's like a little bit dirty, but not that dirty. This is not a refurbished console, so I don't expect it to be cleaned. Got a little dust bunny here.
I'm free.
Got this plate off, and looking at it, dude, this console I don't think is, oh, hold on. Yeah, I don't think this has been opened before, but that's a warranty sticker I don't recognize right there. So first glance, again, pretty clean. The first thing I look at PS5 on the inside to see if it's been opened is I look at this sticker right here and also this one. If you peel this one up right here, it leaves like residue behind. But we also have this other interesting looking warranty sticker here. So let me go ahead and zoom in on that. All right, so zooming in, you can see this warranty sticker here that I've never seen before on a PS5. I'm assuming the eBay seller probably put this on to deter people from opening it up, trying to fix it, and then sending it back, something along those lines. It is a little bit odd they put that, even though the PS5, the original Sony PS5 warranty sticker is still in place. Now, considering the fact that this person on eBay has this many PS5s that have the same defect, I wouldn't put it past them to have replacement warranty stickers that they stick here. So I wouldn't put anything past this console until we test it out and open it up. But let's go ahead and put the faceplates on or back on, and we'll go ahead and turn the console on and make sure the other functions work. Thanks to Huonuo for sponsoring today's video. So if you guys have ever worked in an office environment, have a home office, or even have a gaming setup, there's a pretty good chance you've used a dual monitor setup before. Now, I've been using dual monitor setups for years, and honestly, one of the worst parts is the fact that the stands take up so much room on your desk, and also sometimes if your monitor stands are not versatile, kind of like mine, you can't even get the two monitors to align. But that's where Huonuo's dual monitor stand comes into play. This right here is the Huonuo HND S7, and it can hold up to two 35-inch monitors. My monitors are 32 inches each, and they both fit with no problem. The dual monitor stand easily clamps to the back of your desk. You plug the gas spring arms into the stand, and then the VESA monitor mount completes the connection between the stand and your monitors. And because of the built-in gas spring and configurable monitor arms, you can easily move the monitors around, swivel the monitors, tilt them, and even rotate them to make them horizontal or vertical. It's also really easy to set up. It took me like 15 or 20 minutes, and I was back to work. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just check the Amazon listing and read a few of the 4,000 reviews they have. So if you're looking for a great way to upgrade your dual monitor setup, make sure to check out that link down below. So I have the PS5 plugged in, and again, this came console only, so I had to use my own cords and controller. And let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it turns on. And just another note, I noticed this plate down here is bent. Not a big deal, just something to point out. Now let's see if it turns on. Okay, it is turning on. It's a good sign. And when I press the eject button, it does still at least recognize there's nothing in the disc tray. So I am curious to see, of course, what this does when I put a disc in. Let's go ahead and set this console up. All right, so console is booted up, connected to the internet. I'm going to check what software version we're on, and then probably update and just go from there. So we're on the software version that you can see on the screen right now. I'm not going to list it out because it's like 20 numbers, but it appears to be a pretty recent software version. But we're going to go ahead and update anyways, and just make sure this console isn't banned because as you guys probably saw, I bought a console a while back that was banned, so hopefully this one is not. All right, so I'm updated and signed in. No banned console, good to see. Let's go ahead and put a game in here. Just see what happens. So we got the medium for PS5, put in the slot. So it does take a disc in. It is trying to read it right now, but I'm guessing it'll not read it all the way. I mean, they said it has an issue. Maybe we get lucky and it works fine. Yeah, the drive does sound weird, actually. It's like trying to read, and then it stops reading, and then it tries again. Let me put my mic on it. Okay, so I left it in there for like 30 seconds. Same thing the whole time, trying to read, not doing anything. It actually made the noise like it ejected it and then took it back, except it didn't actually spit it out. A little weird. I mean, it's normal to have some PS5 or some consoles in general that where the disk drive doesn't work. Of course, you're not going to have too many at this point in time since the console's only been out for a couple of years, but of course it is possible. We're going to try a PS4 game as well, see if that's any different. Probably do the same thing, but we'll test it out just in case. So same thing with the PS4 game. It's not working. It does sound like it's trying a little bit harder than the PS5 game though, whatever that means. But let's go ahead and try to download a game and just make sure there's no issues there. Oh, so actually, as I was searching for a game to download, it came back to the main screen and says unreadable disk. So can't recognize the disk, make sure it's not damaged or dirty or that it's not inserted upside down. And again, let's try to download a game now. So I played some Astro's Playroom and Untitled Goose Game. Both games work perfectly fine, no problems. Let's go ahead and turn the console off, open the console up, and see what it looks like on the inside and see if we can fix the disk drive issue. All right, faceplates are off. Let's go ahead and start with these two stickers right here because I'm very curious to see if these have been taken off before. This one right here actually looks like it has been taken off because it had some dirt and debris under this corner, and this one corner lifted up very easily. So I have a little suspicion it's been opened up before, but not sure. This one's pretty easy to stick back on. Now this one is the one I was talking about where when you peel it up, it leaves a residue behind. Unless, I guess there are some ways where people can peel these stickers up without leaving the residue behind, like a heat gun and stuff like that. I've never tried it, but I have heard that there are ways to circumvent the warranty stickers. So that very well could have happened here. And now looking close at the screw here, I know you can't see it, and I'm speculating here, but the screw does seem to have some wear and tear on top, which usually if it hasn't been unscrewed before, it doesn't have any wear and tear. So my thought is that whoever opened this up did somehow circumvent the warranty seal. But let's keep going. And actually, let's take off this other warranty seal that I've never seen before. I'm assuming this is from the eBay seller. Man, this one leaves a nasty residue all over the console. That's awesome. So I have most of the screws off now. I did just open up the M.2 SSD opening, and I found that this screw had been moved. So I guess whoever had this before did use an M.2 SSD. Really not big news, but just something interesting to point out. And I also have the fan loose now. I'm curious what it looks like. I mean, it's got some dust on it, but kind of just normal dust. Yeah, nothing too crazy there. So I got that plastic piece off, and something interesting to note is that this tape right here is peeling up, almost as if somebody has taken the tape off and put it back. I don't know. I'm speculating. I'm just trying to determine if somebody has actually opened this console up before or not. But we got our disk drive here. Let's go ahead and take this out of the casing, and we're going to open this up and see if we can find the issue inside of this disk drive. So disk drive is out now, and I did notice some more pieces of tape here. As you can see, this one is lifted up, this one is lifted up, this one's partially lifted up, and it's got some marks there. So at this point, I am thinking this console has been opened up before. Again, really, it might not mean anything, but it's just interesting to see the console has been opened up and they replaced the warranty seal somehow. The good news is, I guess, is that this disk drive has not been opened up because you got this sticker right here that appears to be intact. So let's go ahead and take that off and open up this drive and see what's going on in here. So I have the disk drive stripped down, and honestly everything looks very clean and I don't see any obvious issues. My guess is that the laser assembly is probably bad. But what I'm going to do first is clean the laser with some isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip and see if that'll fix it. If that doesn't, I'll probably have to order a new laser and try it out. Surprisingly, I looked on eBay and there are new lasers available that people have, for whatever reason, pulled out of other consoles and selling them separately. I don't know, but first we're going to try to clean this laser right here with a Q-tip and see if that'll fix it. Now, it's been quite a while since I've done this. I used to do this on 360s a lot back in the day, and I used to see it work most when you had a dirty 360 where the disk drive was physically just like dust and dirt inside of the disk drive, and, you know, cleaning out the laser actually fixed it. This one, like I said, is very clean, so I'd be surprised. But you just want to lightly get some isopropyl alcohol in there, and then you're going to take the other end and dry it off. I might have put a little too much on there, but it'll dry off, so it should be fine. And yeah, you guys might have a better method for this, but this is what I've always done. And yeah, we'll put it back together, plug the console partly back in, and see if it does anything. I'm not very hopeful, but we'll try it anyway. So I have the console partially back together now. We don't need to put it all the way back together just to test it, but let's go ahead and turn it on. Hopefully it didn't mess anything up, and we'll put a game in, see what it does now. I don't have much hope, but we'll try it anyway. All right, console's back on. Let's go ahead and put a disc in. Nice. So I did something to it because now it's not accepting discs at all. Awesome. I made it worse. Alright guys, so after farting around with this console for like an hour, we're back to where we started. Unreadable disk, as you did see, I cleaned the laser. That did not fix anything. I had some other intermediate issues in between there because I didn't put the drive back together right, but I fixed those. But what I'm going to do now is order a new laser off of eBay because for some reason they sell them on eBay. We'll try to swap that out and see if that fixes the issue because, yeah, no dice in the cleaning the laser. Alright guys, so we are back in business. I ordered a part on eBay, came in 2 days flat. We got it right here. We're going to go ahead and place this piece inside of the disk drive and see if we can get this disk drive working again. And I ordered the whole assembly instead of just the laser because it's just easier to put in there. But let's go ahead and take this disk drive back apart and see if we can get this to work. So this actually looks pretty dang simple to replace. I just need to take off 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 screws, maybe 2 ribbon cables, but yeah, pretty simple. So something interesting I noticed on the bottom of this assembly, so here on the right is the original one, here on the left is the new one. It has this like tamper evident sticker there. I don't know why though, because it's not over a screw or anything. Just interesting thing to point out. But yeah, super simple to do this. Just got to swap over a few pieces and we'll screw this piece back in. So I have the console partially back together now. I put that the new assembly in there and it was, like I said, pretty easy to do. I was going to turn the console on. It's a good sign it turns on. And hopefully I didn't mess anything up when I was placing that assembly, but we're going to try this out now. And yes, the PS5 is upside down, so I'm putting the disc in upside down. All right, so console is booted up. Let's go to the main screen here. And the disc is spinning a whole lot, so that's a good sign. Please show up, please show up. Yes, let's go, baby. So yeah, I'm glad that worked. It's super satisfying to do a repair. If you guys have ever done it before, you know that feeling. Honestly, I haven't done many repairs in the last few years, so it's pretty cool to do that. And let me know down below if you want to see more repairs on this channel. I probably will start doing more in-depth kind of stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to put a link down below to the eBay seller. It cost me about 45 bucks. I think he pulled it from, he said a like new system. And I got it in 2 days, less than 2 days flat. So faster than Amazon Prime. But yeah, it looks like we got a fully working disc edition PS5 for about $350 after the cost of the broken PS5. And then also the assembly part for the PS5 disk drive. So successful repair there. And yeah, let me know down below what you think about the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.